What's up everyone, Howler here, coach of your Delta Gligars. Today I'm bringing you the quarterfinal match for Season 3 of the UPBA against Shayquaza and his Dallas Starmies. You can see his team on the right side of the screen. Unlike most of the teams we've played this season, Shay only has 10 Mons on his team. Most of the teams that we faced have 12, but some have 10 or 11. So, sometimes that can make prepping easier because you don't have to prep for as many Mons, but I actually think in this case it makes it a little more challenging because, he doesn't have a weak link on this team. Like, every single Mon is a pretty solid Mon. Now, obviously he can only bring 6 of the 10, so he's going to have to choose 4 to sit on the bench. I think Gligars is, in my mind, one of the least likely brings. It's hard to say. I don't know how much he is going to acknowledge Thwackey as a threat to his team. Gligars is by far the best switch-in that he has to Thwackey. But, if he underestimates Thwackey, which I'm not sure if he will. Like, I know that he's used Thwackey before. I'm pretty sure he had it on his APA Academy team. That was the low tier league that I started out in and then dropped, and Shay actually ended up winning that league. So, and I'm pretty sure he had Thwackey on his team. So we'll see if he respects Thwackey enough. This thing hits his team super hard, especially if I get it in against the Slowbro and I can click Banded Woodhammer. That opens up so much, getting rid of the Slowbro or just getting so much damage on something on his team. Like, that puts me in an extremely good position because my physical offense, once that Slowbro is dealt with, is super good here. So, Grassy Glide, Woodhammer, we debated going actually Scarf, but I think just Banded works here because Scarf Woodhammer actually hits harder than Banded Grassy Glide. But then you have Banded Woodhammer on top of that, which if you get it in against the Slowbro, you can click it very freely. If the Gligars shows up and is going to be a likely switch in, we may want to U-turn out on that coming in. And we also have Knockoff to... Knockoff should be OHKOing most variants of Chandelure with the Choice Band. So he hasn't had to face Rillaboom this season, so I don't have an idea of how he's going to prep around this type of Mon. We'll see. Next up is going to be Archeops. So the first 2 Mons that I put on the team were Mons that I've only brought to 1 game all season, but they're both extremely good here. Archeops as a choice Scarfer is the best option in my opinion because you have to bring a Scarfer that outspeeds Scarfed Galarian Darmanitan, and we can run Adamant and outspeed Galarian Darm with our Scarf by 1 point, which is phenomenal. Debated running Pluck over Dual Wing Beat. Pluck might honestly be objectively better just because it's 100% accurate and I don't need that much power to hit the things that I need to hit. Like, the things that I need to hit are pretty frail, being like Hitmonlee and Whimsicott. Those are the main 2. Dual Wing Beat, the con, of course, is missing and then taking double the Rocky Helmet damage if something like Slowbro switches in. And, if I take, I'm pretty sure if I take enough chip from Rocky Helmet or Hazards, then I'll lower myself into defeatist range and then I'm not hitting nearly as hard. So we're outspeeding Sharpedo at +1. It would have to go for a double protect or have Aqua Jet. If it has Aqua Jet, that would be annoying, but we could still probably KO with Stone Edge after we get put in defeatist range if Sharpedo's a thing. I don't know how likely Sharpedo is to bring for him either, but I don't have Earthquake on this thing. I think Shuckleberry Zeraora is extremely likely as a bring. I'm bringing Choppleberry Excadrill to counter that. I think Shuckleberry on the Zeraora makes a lot of sense, thinking along the same lines as Excadrill being Chopple. So Earthquake is really useless if the Zeraora is Shuka and takes reduced damage. I'd rather honestly just rely on hitting my rock type moves. Rock Blast is a little bit more accurate if I need to KO a Galarian Darmanitan. I don't have to, if I hit 2 Rock Blasts, I should be in pretty good shape about knocking that thing out. So, and then this is our designated lead. We need to lead well against Darmanitan. You always have to lead well against that Pokemon. So we guarantee outspeed him. He has to respect. Like Sash. He has to respect Choice Scarf. So he should be forced out, and we can probably go for a U-turn. And if he brings in the Slowbro on a U-turn, we'll get good damage off against that, and we'll be able to bring in our Thwackey and click Banded Woodhammer. That's the idea. Trying to get Thwackey in against Slowbro is the main game plan here to put us in a good position to win. So what are the mons that threaten Thwackey and Archeops? Well, Dragalge. For one, we can hit Dragalge super hard with Reuniclus's Psychic, although we don't outspeed the Dragalge, so hopefully we are bulky enough to take hits from that thing. And Klefki. So that's what the Infestation is for. If we can trap in the Klefki and wear it down, stall out screens, it can't do much damage to Reuniclus. We can recover off any damage from Dazzling Gleam or Foul Play or anything. Foul Play is doing like 25% to me. It really doesn't hurt me whatsoever. Just wear it down with Psychics. And then, honestly, once Klefki is down, if we are bulky enough to survive a hit from one of his more offensive threats and we can set up a Trick Room, Reuniclus could potentially be in a position to clean or just dent Shay's team really, really hard, because Sharpedo as his Dark type is not the most reliable switch into Reuniclus. It would just drop to an Energy Ball, and Slowbro also being weak to Energy Ball, it's very free to click against something like that. And Infestation is doing like 40% to Sharpedo because we are modest Life Orb. So it is a 2-hit KO, and then it's going to take the Infestation chip. Although if he is Life Orb, he will definitely be knocking me out, I'm pretty sure, with Life Orb Crunch. But, just 40% on Infestation is a funny calc in my opinion. So, yeah, that's... Reuniclus' main job is to check the things that Thwackey and Archeops don't enjoy taking on. I mentioned this before, Choppleberry Excadrill. So we have quite a bit of bulk to try to take the combination of a certain combination of hits, being Draco Meteor from Dragalge and Close Combat from Zeraora. So hopefully we can switch in on a Draco Meteor from Dragalge, force it out, and then still have enough HP to take a hit from Zeraora later on in the game. I very much would like to get up Rocks. They chip down. They put the Rocks guarantee that Darmanitan is in range for Thwackey Grassy Glide. Stealth Rocks also chip down the Chandelure, which is a potential resist to Thwackey's attacks. So that thing potentially doesn't get to switch in and then force me out if it takes the Rocks chip. We would need Rapid Spin because we don't want to make Klefki setting up spikes super easy. I don't think my team's necessarily that weak to spikes because I don't value HP on my Thwackey as much. I get Grassy Terrain recovery from it too. Archeops and Reuniclus both aren't affected by the spikes. Obviously they're not ideal, but I don't think that they are... I don't think that they are like super detrimental to my game plan, but I would like to have Rapid Spin anyways. I actually put enough speed on this to, if I go for a Rapid Spin, I should always outspeed his Zeraora afterwards, assuming he's only running enough speed. I think I may have put in a little bit extra just to guarantee outspeed Adamant Zeraora at +1. I'm not too sure on that, but assuming he's not running like Adamant max speed, which he shouldn't need to, he just needs to make sure he outspeeds Salazzle, then I can outspeed after Rapid Spin. I go for High Horsepower instead of Earthquake just because we have Thwackey on the team this week. And then Iron Head's important to have, especially if he is Magnet Rise Klefki, as well as having something to be able to hit his Landorus Incarnate, which I do expect to come. And if Landorus Incarnate does come, we can get in Alolan Ninetales and fire off very free Blizzards. Aurora Veil I do think is good in this game. However, Infiltrator Chandelure makes way too much sense to me here. As a switch in to the Ninetales, and then it does damage against me through Aurora Veil and through Substitute. I was strongly considering bringing a sub Salac Salazzle as a potential win con, but that set is kind of walled by Chandelure, and especially it's really bad if the Chandelure's Infiltrator hits the Salazzle through Substitute as well. It can hit through Veil and it can hit through Substitute. So with Assault Vest, I can take a Sludge Bomb from Dragalge. I can take a Flamethrower from Chandelure, and I can get extra damage off against both of those. Dark Pulse should be a 2-hit KO on most variants of Chandelure, especially since it should be taking the Hail Chip. And then, Blizzard, Moonblast, Freeze Dry, your standard Alolan Ninetales attacks. This is an aggressive speed creep, assuming that his Landorus is only running enough speed for my Excadrill, so I could run a little bit more in HP and special attack. And then last but not least is Dracovish. Mostly physically defensive. I'm not really sure if this is the best spread, to be honest. I definitely could be running more physical offense here, but the idea of this is to bait in the Slowbro, catch it with a Draco Meteor so I can eject pack out into the Thwackey to click Banded Woodhammer with Slowbro on the field. That's the point. It does me no good to just switch into Thwackey when Slowbro comes in, because Slowbro is almost certainly going to carry Teleport, especially if it's like Rocky Helmet. If it just switches in, gets the Rocky Helmet chipped on Dracovish, and then teleports out, if I were to switch out, he gets switch initiative on me. He can teleport out. If Dracovish stays in, he can just bring Slowbro right back in again. So I'm trying to get the jump on that thing. I'm not running Crunch, because Crunch with my EV spread does like 30% to Slowbro, which is less than it recovers from switching out with Regenerator. So what's even the point? Instead, I'm running Ice Fang for Whimsicott. I should be able to take a Moonblast from Whimsicott, and I can potentially get some damage off with Ice Fang against that. Again, really nice, because that's a resistance to Thwackey's priority. And then Psychic Fangs, I think, is nice to have, because it hits Dragalge super effectively, and if he has screens up with the Klefki, then I destroy the screens with Psychic Fangs. So we're not running all that much speed, but if we get rid of the Slowbro, and we get Trick Room up with Reuniclus, there is more than just Reuniclus that can benefit from the Trick Room. We are able to click Banded Woodhammer with Thwackey instead of Banded Grassy Glide, so we're doing tons more damage with our Grass type attack. Hopefully we have enough HP left to survive the recoil from Woodhammer. And then also, Dracovish could put in some nice work, because it should underspeed the vast majority of his team and be able to click Fishious Rend. And Fishious Rend, it's not, while it won't necessarily be OHKOing things because it's not moving first. No, not because it should, under Trick Room it should be moving first, but because it's not like max attack invested, it might still OHKO as Zeraora. I honestly don't know the calc on that. It might still OHKO as Zeraora if I get that in under Trick Room. We shall see. But really, Dracovish under Trick Room does no good for me until the Slowbro is out of the way. So hopefully we can get that out of the way early on. So, a little bit of a longer team builder, but this is a very important match. We shall see who comes out on top. The battle is coming your way shortly. Okay, here we go. It's the quarterfinal match. You see the team once again. We're about to lock it in. Get connected with Shay. I'm really nervous. I got done writing an exam about an hour and a half ago, so I'm still a little bit wound up from that. This will actually be my first time playing Shay in a league that's not BBR. Only 2 times we faced before were both BBR matches. I won both of them, but the second one I was really fucking lucky. I will have to say, I hacked the shit out of him. So let's hope for a much cleaner game against Shay this time. Could be the end of the road for us. If it is, had a lot of fun, and I'll be rooting for Shay to take home his second Wi-Fi crown following his oh boy. Okay, some interesting brings. So he didn't bring he didn't bring the Landorus, which I thought would show up because it walled Galvantula. I guess Gligars also walls Galvantula. So I already know what I'm leading. Hitmonlee. I know he uses Hitmonlee well, and he did bring Gligars, which is annoying because he'll have a solid switch into my Thwackey early game. So he didn't bring the Landorus, he didn't bring the Whimsicott, he didn't bring Sharpedo, and he did not bring Chandelure. He did not bring Chandelure. Okay. I'm hoping he doesn't lead with Klefki. Anything else? If he leads with anything else, then I can just get the momentum against him. If he leads Klefki, then I have to switch out because I can't get T-Waved. This man does not have a switch into Reuniclus. Trick Room endgame could be looking pretty nice. Okay, he does lead with a Klefki, that's fine. Not ideal, but I can just hard switch out into... I think it makes a lot more sense to go hard out into Reuniclus. Because... you know, if Slowbro's gone... If Slowbro's gone, then it's a lot easier for me to swap into, but I could have gone into... Okay, yeah, he does go for spikes. I could have gone into Excadrill to set my rocks. And then he doesn't have a spin blocker. He also doesn't, yeah, he doesn't have a spin blocker either. So we're gonna try to trap this Klefki in here. He's gonna Thunder Wave. That's fine. He's gonna be trapped in now. I just hope I don't get, I just hope I don't get, okay, leftovers is, oh, eject button! Wow! Man, he knows my strat now. Very interesting. Now I really wish I had gone into Excadrill to get my rocks. Buttons, I think, is the Darm, so you can U-turn for free on this. Good plays, Shay. Good prep. I don't know what to do against this because he has a free U-turn here. I guess I could go into my Dracovish. Then he gets to go into Slowbro and teleport though. Reuniclus is too good to let take a U-turn, especially if they got fully parried and don't get any damage off. And Spike's gonna hurt. What the fuck? I could have just killed you. Okay, well, I think I'm sacking my... I think I'm sacking Dragovich here, unfortunately. You can't... If you sub, you're gonna die to Grassy Glide. Okay, so he got rid of... Okay, so he's not Guerrilla Tactics, which means he doesn't hit Reuniclus nearly as hard. So I outspeed with this. And I'm just gonna click Rock Blast. I know he has a couple of good switch-ins, but I can't afford to lose another Mon. I missed. Oh my god. That's the game. That's the whole game. You've got to be kidding me. This thing is the kill leader, and it certainly helps if it gets lucky. It's fire type now, so I don't think... It lives Grassy Glide, because it's fire type. There's the Salac Berry. Well, I think he just paid me back for the hacks in our last BBR match. That's insane. You know what? This is why Rock-type Pokemon are bad. This is why Rock-type Pokemon are bad. Because they always miss their moves. Fire Punch? You get Fire Punch? Facade? Okay. Doesn't really matter what you hit me with, it's gonna kill me. Bro, this is not how I wanted to end the season. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's fucking brutal, dude. Literally nothing I could have done. How different? It's not even. What even is the point of? What even is the point of saying how different would it have turned out if I had gone into Excadrill on the Klefki instead of Reuniclus? How am I supposed to know he's going to be eject button Klefki? Then I could have just stayed in against... I could have just stayed in against this thing and killed it, for fuck's sake. He hits all of his Icicle Crashes. And a crit for good measure. Wow. What a fucking brutal match. Man, what would he have done if I had gone into Excadrill instead of Klefki? Because he can't paralyze me. There's no sense in setting spikes up because I just rapid spin them away. He probably just goes hard out into the Slowbro and then gets a teleport off. The Darm would have taken Rocks damage, and if he goes for Belly Drum, then he would have been in range to die to Thwackey. And then he very well could have been in range to die to Rocks on the next switch in if he switched out. You can't call that a misplay by me, though. There's no way that you can call that a misplay. Like, Dracovish was not the most important Pokemon to have in this matchup, especially after he just fucking went for the Belly Drum with Darmanitan. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't the most important. I think Reuniclus was definitely more important, and I couldn't risk taking a U-turn. Especially if he's banded Darmanitan. Banded U-turn would just destroy me. The whole idea with the team is I brought a bunch of Pokemon that didn't allow... Like, I didn't want to give him momentum into Darmanitan so he could bring it in for free against certain things, such as Reuniclus. Like, he can't switch Darmanitan hard into a Reuniclus attack unless he's eject button on something. So you know what? Well played to him. Good prep. Good prep on the eject button, and then just fuck me on the hacks. The fucking team builder is longer than the battle and the post-game reflection. Yeah, terrible way to end the season, but I didn't think I was going to win the championship anyway with the team that I had. I think Shay has a much better team than I do, highlighted by Galarian Darm being the league kill leader this season. And I don't even know what the kill leader on my team was. I probably didn't have anything close to the top 10 just because I only played 7 matches. I got 2 forfeit wins and had 1 forfeit loss. So I had fun this season with what I was given, basically. And there will be another league coming up shortly. That's going to be pack tier 3 and below. So I'll try to... It's not upload required, but I do plan on uploading it. Probably... We'll just keep the uploads coming on Fridays for consistency's sake. And... Yeah, GG's to Shay. Best of luck to him in the semifinals. I think he'll probably be playing Matt in the semifinals. Yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all of that shit.